Okay, here we go. Accept. There we go.
There we go. We both got the
happens-
answers. We both got to be on live. I didn't know that till just now.
That happens all the time.
Every time. I know. Every time. What's up, guys? Hello, everyone. I'm going to make my screen big so I can see what's going on here. Okay. Let's get some people in here. What's up, Shira? You look good.
Thank you. You look good too.
I like those earrings.
Oh, thank you. Oh, guess what?
What's up? Hold on. Let me turn the volume up. Okay. What?
Congratulations on reaching 1 million.
I know. Isn't that exciting?
Cheers.
Energy drink here. Look, see?
Cheers.
This is they're not even paying me. I just like these. Thank you.
Russell got to 1 million followers on
I'm
TikTok.
gonna get a drink. Hang on, let me go grab my glass. 1 second.
You gotta go get a glass.
I gotta go. Let me class it up with you. You got your little. Here we go. There we go. There we go. Something like that.
Okay, that's your drink.
Yeah, I got my drink. Look, I got a little Hartley on there. I don't know if you can see it. A little frosted. Oh, you can't even tell.
Oh, that's nice. Very
Hello.
classy.
We can class it up. Celebrating 1 million. Thank you. That video, the edit that came out, that was funny. The best moments were funny.
Yeah.
Hi, guys.
I like how they clipped it and made you like just have all the punchlines back to back.
That's right. Hello, guys. Okay, let's get some people in here coming in now. I know we're a little early.
I know.
That's all right. That's cool with me. How you been?
I've been good. Like just busy though. Super busy.
Yeah, busy. Busy getting that money.
Trying.
Good. Me too. That's what I like. Hello, everyone.
I see you got a nice piano back there and a nice view back there.
Yeah, thank you. The tallest penthouse in Hollywood.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we're nice. I got a nice like background view so that for when I play the piano.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice at night. What's up, guys? Today we're talking about the difference between sugar and Splenda.
Cool.
Diet sugar. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Okay, I can't say it exactly.
Splenda Daddy suck.
Splenda Daddy.
They want to take you to Target or Walmart to go shopping.
That's right. And you're gonna do the shopping.
Yeah, I'm going to the electronics section. Straight to the electronics section.
So I think this is one that comes up with me a lot, and I know you're gonna have a lot of wisdom on this one for sure. So I want to hear what you have to say. So sometimes guys will, I've heard this a lot in my lives. Guys will lead with, during the courtship or whatever, they pay here and there, they spend money, whatever. But then very quickly, maybe by date 3 or 4, they start doing things like, "You got this, babe? You got this one, babe?"
Oh heck no, that's not even a Splenda Daddy. That's a salt daddy. That's a salt daddy.
Yeah, well, that's happening. They sneak it in there. They kind of go like, "You got this one, right, babe? I got last time. You get this one, or I'll get the next one." What happens? What do you say to them when they say, "I'll get the next one"?
Then there'll never be a next one because there's not going to be a this one. So goodbye.
This the last one.
No, this is not even going to be a this one. I'm getting up. I'm out.
That's happening. That's happening. I had a young girl in my life the other day tell me that she started dating a guy, and then they're hanging out. It's beyond the point of like the first couple of dates. It's beyond that now. So they're hooking up, they're hanging out, they're spending time together at home, whatever. But then he's like looking at her like, "You got the Uber Eats this time? Like, can you do it on your phone?"
My phone, our battery is going out.
Yeah, so my phone's dead. Sorry, can't. Phone's dead. Yeah, so that's I think that happens a lot. I think guys want to like kind of suggest that, and you're from the South, I'm from the South, and so like for me that's just an unheard of thing to be like. I couldn't even imagine feeling like it's their obligation. Because let me say something else. I wanted them anyways. I wanted the woman when I met her. So I knew that there was going to be a cost associated.
Right. So you had some money to spend. He didn't plan ahead. He didn't have any money to spend. He thought she liked him good enough so that she would start spending, and he was trying to flip the roles.
Yeah. And then it's like, I just think what that is that men want to put the cart before the horse. That's all. Sorry, I'm knocking my ring light over. They want to put the cart before the horse. And then they want to suggest to you that they will feign like they're providers. But then in like a few short dates, they're like, you got this, babe. And you know what that's called? That's a Splenda daddy. Right there. Splenda daddy. Splenda daddy.
Dusty, I don't even call it. You're being mean.
That's right, folks. He's faking it.
Mm-hmm. The only way as a woman to get respect and get a man to, make sure he's a provider is to remind him that you're a queen.
You gotta remind him you're a princess.
Exactly. We're not doing this you pay, I pay thing. Look, that's a roommate situation. You want me to pay? Then you got the wrong one.
Well, that made sense if you're like in roommates in college or something.
Mm-hmm. But like these guys out here, they want a woman to pay. They want to go 50-50. They want to pay in the beginning, and then when their credit card bill is due, then they want to stop paying. Like they got to catch up on their credit card bill.
I think what happens is once the Bible study's happening or whatever, you know what I mean by Bible study?
Mm-hmm.
Once that starts to happen or whatever, it's like then the power sort of changes. The power dynamic changes, and I think people want to just take advantage of that.
That's why this is the sad part. That's why I tell women, like, if you're gonna roll around on the mattress, that's what I call it. If you're gonna roll around on the mattress, you can't act like you enjoyed it. You got to be like, that's it, because if you never act like it was good or satisfied, they're steadily gonna try to improve. Even if you like it, pretend you don't.
Holy shit! Holy shit! You're telling guys that's it. Oh my goodness gracious! Oh, talk about emasculating.
Well, it's not to emasculate them. It's to keep them trying to impress you in the future. Because, like,
that would work. That's ridiculous, but that would work. That would actually work.
They're gonna pay for Uber Eats afterwards. I promise.
Oh my goodness! Actually, that's so funny. You tell them, is that it? Holy crap! That would work. That would make men feel so insecure that they're gonna shore it up in other ways. Mm-hmm. They're gonna have to. What else could it be? Of course they would.
They gotta pay.
Holy cow! Y'all think that's right? You guys are doing that. Some people are saying they're doing that.
Well, women shouldn't have to.
That's a good idea. I mean, look, I'm not necessarily a proponent of emasculating men if they're stepping up, but my God, I think that would actually work. That's how you maintain the power dynamic.
Yeah, I think if you fear that they're going to ask you to pay or they're getting kind of cheap, you got to do that. You got to do that from time to time.
Yeah.
If they're paying for everything and you don't think they're not going to pay and everything is good, you can act like you enjoyed it every once in a while.
When it's his birthday.
Oh, that was good. You did a good job. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right. People are saying they're fairy godparent.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. That's actually like I've never thought of that one before. You teach me something every time you talk. I swear you do. If you say, "Is that it?" that would make them feel like they need to do more. Holy shit. You just blew my mind. What is happening there?
Is that it? Is that all you get?
Oh man. Well, okay. So that I think that would work. I think that would actually solve that problem. If the guy is suggesting, we've been on a few dates, we're hanging out, you got it this time, right, babe? But you've been keeping it real with the is that it? Sort of a general disinterest.
He got to make up for his slacking in the bed.
and then he'll pay more.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't have money to do so, then that shouldn't be a problem.
Exactly, but if he don't have any money, he's probably going to be really good in the.
Oh, you think so? They got to compensate.
They don't have anything else to offer. They know how to roll around on a mattress because that's
no, though. Where's the long-term benefit in that, though? That's the way I see it.
Because I don't want to mess up my hair. I want to go shop. I don't want to mess up my hair. I don't want to roll around on a mattress.
I don't want to mess up my hair. Yeah, so that's what I say. I get the short-term thing, and I get it. Some of these women dating some older men, and they're just like, you know what? I just want to be tossed around a little bit. All right, okay, I hear that. But after a while, you're going to get sick of that. You're going to be like, where these bills are stacking up. Oh, there's a fire or something happening. Let's see what's going on over here. Nope, just Andy. Hello, everyone. I'm back. Rolling around. How's it going, folks?
Rolling around over there.
I'm just rolling around over here. Don't worry about me. Caravan of ambulances out there.
So,
being in Hollywood, I hear everything.
Who in here has a Splenda daddy? Who in here got somebody that started off paying and then now they're asking you to pay?
Oh, right. Yeah. Splenda daddy. So guys, the thing is there's a difference between a provider and a fake provider. That's what we call a Splenda daddy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not anywhere close to a sugar daddy. A sugar daddy is somebody that just gives you money. You ain't got to ask, or you could just hint around and you'll get it. A Splenda daddy, you got to make a bunch of stuff up. You got to drag it out of him. He's going to breadcrumb you. He's going to make you work for whatever it is you're doing because he had to work for it. So he thinks now you got to work for it since he worked for it because he don't have it like that. Yeah, and then they lord it over your head. That's what drives me nuts. So my mother's second husband, she's on her third husband now, happily married, super stoked, been together a long, 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 long time. Absolutely deeply in love. It's great. But her second husband made money, and he would lord that shit over her head. Anytime she needed money for anything, they always bring it up. They always remember that time when they hit you with that all the time. And then if there's ever an argument, it's an argument about their financial security or financial situation. That's what it always boils down to. And what power do you have if you're dating a Splenda dad who's just gonna use it as a weapon? Mm-hmm. That's why I say you gotta have two. You need two. You be like, well, if you don't get it, the other one will, or somebody will. Yeah, exactly. So the thing is that they don't start that way, though. That's the problem. You don't know. You're getting into this situation, and then they switch up on you. Yep. So you got to protect yourself. But when they switch up on you, they really feel like, okay, now you got to do what I say. I have some type of control, but they don't really have control if you have options. So keep your options open. That's what I say. Go discuss those. Go discuss the situation with your other boyfriend. Mm-hmm. For real. He's not doing his job anymore. Could you come on and step up? Can you believe what he said to me? Just get in the car, drive across town to your other boyfriend's house and explain to him the situation. Exactly. I think that would make that Splenda daddy feel like he needs to step up. Mm-hmm. Lest you lose her. If he can step up, his funds might be low. Right. Yeah, well, that's the other thing. You got to date guys that already have it together. You got to date guys with money in the bank. Some of these guys will go into debt to try to have the woman that's out of their league. and then they get mad when their money runs out, and she's like, what happened? And it's like,
oh yeah, I caution them on that stuff, because the thing is, the guys will, they'll overextend themselves, and then they'll hate themselves later when their girlfriend that they impressed with their wealth is like, oh, that's too expensive. And then now they're saying, I can't do it anymore. And then they hate themselves and emasculate themselves instead of putting the horse before the cart.
yeah. And then they get jealous if anybody that, maybe their replacement comes along because they can't do what they once used to.
And then they blame you anyways.
Like it's your fault. You're just the innocent victim.
Don't be a victim, ladies. And gentlemen, just get your ducks in a row first. Just have something to show before you wrap somebody into your financial situation. All right? Just have it there and ready to go. If you want to, I think that generally speaking, a lot of guys kind of give me grief because, I'm saying this stuff and it seems like it's like catered to women. But in fact, actually, what I'm saying is catered to men. But I hope they listen, but they don't. They think that I'm speaking to women, but I'm actually saying, men, get your money up and then date and have something to provide a woman. That way you can take care of you and yours. Now, when I say it that way, men go, okay, of course I feel that way. But then when I say it the way that I've been saying it, they go, oh, he's just saying this stuff for women. It's like, no, it's the same shit I've been saying this whole time. Anyways, these guys definitely are bait and switch. So we gotta give them some tips here. What are the flags? What are some early on red flags that we can tell the audience right now to look out for that they might be secretly dating a Splenda daddy?
Okay, when they get the check at the restaurant and they start looking at everything and it looks like it hurts to pay, when it looks like when they grab that wallet, they grab it in slow motion like they got arthritis. They're like pulling
Like
it
this
out,
is
opening it up real slow. Like when they pay slow and it looks like it hurts, like they have arthritis. That's one of the red flags.
What if they hit you? What if they hit you with one of these? That's not bad.
I don't even look at the price. I just put the credit card down.
That's what I'm saying. What if the guy hits you with one of these? He opens up a checkbook at dinner and he goes, okay, yeah, that's not bad. He has to let you know. He lets you know that what he's spending. You know what I mean? He's dropping hints.
It means that he's pocket watching.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. If he himself, even if he pays, opens it up and then examines it like this and then goes, that's not bad. And then goes and proceeds, that's a red flag. That's a premonition. You should look at it. It was Sandra Bullock in Premonition. That's like a premonition. Like, you can see your future where this goes. All right? And he's telling you that's not bad because he's grooming your ass into paying in the future, in your future. Yeah, he will. He's grooming you. If he's like, that's not bad, he's letting you know it's not bad so that when you pick it up one day, you'll agree.
I won't agree because I'm not picking it up.
Y'all going to sit there till the restaurant closes.
We'll call the other one. Come pay this bill.
That's right. I'm stuck here. They're telling me I got to wash dishes, so you better come up here and pick me up right now. That's right. What are some other ones? That they're dating a secret Splenda daddy? What about you said this one? This was my favorite. One of my favorite things you said lately, which was when you guys were at the register, and he comes up behind you with that hug.
The dusty hug.
Yeah, the dusty hug. When he just comes up behind you at the register anywhere really, and he kind of puts you in front.
If you at the register, you're paying.
Right. So if he puts you in front of him with a little backwards hug, what do you call it? Dusty hug maneuver?
Dusty hug, yeah. I don't even look, you don't get a hug until everything is paid for.
Yeah. Full frontal hugs only. No dusty hugs anywhere.
No contact until you pay. Okay.
Yeah, if they put you in front of them at the register, that's a pretty big red flag. That's also, you should also take that as a premonition.
So but see, that doesn't happen too much when you date older or less attractive because they know they gotta pay.
Oh, right. So you're saying date ugly guys?
Yeah, because they know they have to pay. They don't have a choice. They gotta pick a struggle.
You can struggle. Either be either be broke and rich, that works. But I'm sorry, rich and ugly, that works. But broke and ugly doesn't work.
Exactly. There's no such thing as rich and ugly. I don't know.
Yeah, you can stand on your wallet at that point for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's so tall on your wallet that has money in it.
So, but if you are broke and ugly, that's a problem. So they know they have to pay. They have to go to school. They got to get a side hustle. They got to have several streams of income. The uglier they are, the more streams of income they need.
Well, people are saying there's no such thing as an ugly man, just a broke one.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's true.
Because, you could put on a nice suit. You could do your hair, put on some nice cologne, brush your teeth. There you go.
The bare fucking minimum. There you go. Great. Terrific. Normal adult grooming habits. Perfect. The bare minimum. But I'll tell you what, though, those things definitely go hand in hand. If you're broke, oftentimes your whole life is centered around bad habits. And so, like, you're not brushing your teeth every day. You're not dressing well. Or you're not, or you can't afford to dress well. You also don't groom yourself well enough. Like, those bad habits are the same reason why you're broke. Almost always the case. That's almost always the case. They're not. If people that are well put together usually have good characteristics that allow them to make money in this world. Like, that's how it goes. That's why they go hand in hand. It's like you're broke because you had bad habits, and those bad habits keep you broke. It's like a cycle.
Yeah, and I think like splendid daddies or cheap guys, you can tell by the way that they talk, like you're talking about. Guys that have money or have prosperity mind and prosperity vocabulary. They don't speak in lack. So that's another way you can tell. And that's all what I tell people. Like, if they're talking about this is cheap, this is good, this is expensive. Oh, what do you know? They're not confident within their finances enough to just not say anything.
They speak in lack.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. There's a lot of guys though that do that future promising thing. There will be girls will go on dates with guys that in their first or second date, the guys are planning trips in their imagination. They're planning trips in their imagination.
I will get on Expedia.com in 2 seconds and ask for your credit card. I don't play. Like, if you say something, you got to be about it.
Book the flights. All right, fine. Book them. Here we are. I got my passport right here. Book the flight. I came prepared. Are you prepared?
Yep. You're gonna be like, well, I gotta check my schedule.
No. We're gonna book it right now. Let's not pretend in the future. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's be spontaneous. Let's book it now. Let's not imagine. Let's just book a flight to Paris tonight.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna be like, well, let me check my bank account.
Yeah, exactly. Right. And where he should have started there first. He should have started with, I have enough money in the bank to do this. That's where we start. Let's plan a trip. Great, let's book it. Unless you got your own tickets with your own return flights and a room, your own room, then you're not going anywhere. And he's faking it. And that's also a red flag. Yep. Don't believe him, guys. I'm telling you, men will say shit to you on your second date. They will dead ass be planning your trip to the Maldives. And I promise you, ma'am, that ain't happening. Unless that flight is booked. And you have a return flight and your own accommodations, it ain't happening. All right? Lying.
They lie about a lot of stuff to get women to treat them nice or important, or if they are, like all that, because they want that feeling. They want that ego boost. They want that treatment. And then they turn around and like, well, I don't know, blah, 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 and then ghost. And they walk around with a big head, a big ego boost, and the girl is like, well, why did he promise that and didn't deliver?
Right. Y'all, from now on, my advice is just say, literally anytime you're on a date with any man, all the way up until he's your husband. If he says, hey, we should do a trip this way or whatever, and say, you lying. Lying. That's a lie.
That's a good one. You lying.
Yeah, you're lying. Prove it. I don't want to like future fantasize with you right now. You're just lying to me. Why are you lying to me? Just call them out. Put them on the spot. Say, great, pull up Expedia right now. Let's go.
Oh, someone did this to someone that I know, except they booked the trip in the future, like in a couple of months. And the person was literally planning their life around it, taking off work, buying outfits for the trip, and the trip had never been booked. But she believed the person so hard because they were kind of together that when it was time to take the trip, nothing had been booked. And I think they broke up.
Splendid Daddy. Splendid Daddy.
Splendid Daddy, yeah. What is that, a gavel? You got a gavel?
Splendid Daddy. And that's what I'm saying. It's not real. It's not real unless you have a flight with your name on it and your own accommodations, because then guess what? If y'all break up, you can just go by yourself.
Exactly. Or take somebody else.
Yeah, it's already booked.
Your best.
Ta-da! So just say you're lying. From now on, ladies, if anybody says y'all have any kind of trip whatsoever, you're lying. Lying.
Sprinkle, sprinkle. Yeah, props too.
You're lying, Splenda Daddy. And until it's booked, I'm going to keep referring to you as Splenda Daddy. And then once I see flights and reservations in my name, then I'll call you Sugar Daddy. All right?
Oh, Russ, do men like being called sugar daddy, or is that an insult?
I think that if you leave off the sugar, it's implied. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You
So
know what
just
I
call
mean?
him daddy. Daddy.
Yeah, just don't do it in front of their kids or their ex-wife.
Okay.
Yeah, or their baby mama. Make sure she's not in the car or in the parking lot with y'all or whatever. All right?
Okay. What about Big Daddy? Big Daddy.
Yeah, Big Daddy's fine. I think Big Daddy's fine. Look, you can leave off the sugar. He's daddy. He's Splendid Daddy until he's proven that he's daddy. All right? And the way he proves his daddy is if your name's on the flight tickets and the hotel reservations.
Okay.
If your name's on it, then you can call him whatever you want. Call him daddy.
And the direct deposit.
Right. Well, you gotta get ready. You gotta get a blowout, and you gotta get your nails done. Of course you do. You gotta get tan. You gotta get a fake tan. Of course you do.
I don't need a fake tan.
Fine. Whatever whatever it is y'all need or whatever, Daddy will take care of it. Splenda Daddy won't.
But I'll tell him I need one if he gonna put the money up now.
Unless those tickets are in your name, though, don't believe him, folks. He's lying.
Sprinkle, sprinkle. That's
Yeah,
right.
you can call him Zaddy. That's fine.
Zaddy with a Z.
Oh man, Zaddy with a Z. With a Z. That's right. Hello, guys. What are some other ones? What's some? God, we just gotta give them some. We gotta clue them in because I like the picking up the bill and making remarks about the bill. I like the dusty hug. That's a good sign too.
What about when they gift you? Like if they gift you something cheap or that you didn't want or that's not your taste or style or that's like beneath you? Like what should a woman do if she likes a certain thing and he comes with something that she wouldn't even be seen out in public with?
Okay. Well, what about okay. So let me think about this. So if a man is getting you a gift at all, that's already a good sign. Mm-hmm. All right? Because there's a lot of guys that won't get you anything. Mm-hmm. Zero. You just be lucky to be in my presence. God. And then there's that kind, and then which is the vast majority. And then there's another, what you're talking about, somewhere in the middle between, that and luxury, which is like they get you a gift that you don't appreciate because it's not really your style, your thing, it's too cheap for you, or something like this. Whatever. I mean, and some level though, points, right? I mean, they get you something. Because I think small gifts can be cute, even if it's out of a bubblegum machine or something. I'm not saying wear it around your ring finger or whatever, but I am saying thoughtfulness matters a little bit.
Yeah, but if you can tell, like if they know what you like and they still chose to do something, less than, and it's just like I don't know. I guess it's a woman thing. Like she's like, what is this? This is for a child. You know what I mean? Like if it's something like too childish or like too cheap and not for someone of her league or caliber, what's a nice way? What's a nice way to say, well, thank you, but this ain't my style?
Gosh, that's so hard. Only because on one hand, I hear what you're saying, but on one hand, you could give somebody 24 roses or more, and that's like okay, nice. But on the other hand, y'all leaving the restaurant on a hot summer night, and you get her a single rose from the guy on the side selling roses. That can be cute too. You see what I'm saying? It's not necessarily. It's like in the moment, and it makes sense. So it's really hard to be like, well, this isn't good enough. I need the whole bouquet necessarily. You see what I'm saying? I'm not saying be ungrateful, my God, but you should definitely
I'm talking
set
about
the expectations.
Yeah, I'm talking about birthdays, Christmas. That's spontaneous gifts. But I'm talking about like planned out gifts that they know that they're supposed to be.
Yeah, thoughtless gifts on holidays is crazy. That's a crazy thing, and that you're right. That does happen. Like just a last second cheap whatever. Oh yeah, like they don't even know who you are. You should say, did you get this for the right woman?
It almost like it's a re-gift.
Yeah, like, whose gift was this?
Exactly.
Is this mine? Was this the first choice? No, maybe not that far, but like, you could be like, whose gift was this? Be honest with me. And then that way they'll have to think and be like, wait, why did I give her this gift?
Yeah, I'd be like,
she doesn't even like Transformers. What the hell did I give her this for?
I'd be like, oh, my niece loves this. She's like very young. Or my grandma has the same thing.
Oh, did you get this for my niece? That's so nice of you. Where's mine though? Oh, you must have forgot it. You must have forgot it at the jewelry store.
Act like it's a prank. Like, okay, where's my real gift?
This is so cute. I'm going to make sure I give it to my niece. Where's mine? Where's my gift?
What would you do?
So thoughtless gifts. Thoughtless gifts are a big red flag. They don't care about you at all. Like that's a big one. Like if people around you are close to you in your life and they get you something that like is just so out of left field. Like if you only wear silver but they get you something gold or vice versa, that's whack. That's like such a thoughtless last second or whatever the jeweler said gift. And you should take that as a premonition too, that you're going to end up splitting the bills one day for sure. Yeah, for sure, for sure. You're going to be paying half some man's mortgage for sure.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What is an appropriate gift for a woman to gift a man? Like for their, like if they are together, what's an appropriate gift? Because I always like tell women, don't outdo the man. Don't do more than the man does for you because how's he going to impress you?
Well, if you're doing the right thing, which is dating a man that makes more money than you shouldn't really be able to outdo them.
Exactly.
If they let you do that, then they don't care about you. Straight up. That's crazy.
Because they know they're giving you the money anyway to pay for their stuff. Yeah,
and if they were like, let's say you're dating a for real rich man. Let's say you're making $50 or even let's say $75,000 a year, and you're dating a rich man. A rich man's like $2 million a year in America. That's what we would consider upper echelon of society, and that's a realistic like ideal of what a rich man is. So if you make $75,000 a year or have no job, anywhere in between there, and he's making $2 million a year, and your gifts are better than him, that's crazy. And you should run because he doesn't give a shit about you, like straight up. And it's not about the money or the money of the gifts necessarily, but I will say this: that rich men dote on women they like. They just do. They want you to be adorned in all the gifts and glitter and glamour sprinkles that you give them because that makes them look good. Nothing makes a man look more like a baller than his woman balling out. That's so how everybody doesn't get this blows my mind. So like if your gifts outdo a rich man, he doesn't give a shit about you, and you're probably the other woman. Straight up.
I always tell women, like, if you go out on a date with a man, don't wear your designer everything. Don't wear all the like jewelry and stuff you got from other people because he's going to benefit off of looking like he bought that for you because people on the outside, they don't know that he didn't buy that for you. And also it makes him think that he doesn't have to buy it for you because you already have it. Yeah.
And you accept it. You accept that.
Mm-hmm.
You're like enabling that. So like, if you're a woman, if as a successful man of means, you have in your city or town or whatever, you're usually like looked at, like respected, like, oh, he's the guy that Mr. Anderson, he owns the bank, like stuff like that. People know you. So if Mrs. Anderson or somebody, his very clear and obvious love interest is walking around beaten up, dusty, whatever, that makes him look bad. My friends would make fun of me, like straight up. It makes you look bad as a man. So if he's allowing you to outdo him on gifts, on holidays and occasions, you're just not it, sis. And you should run for the hills. That's definitely a red flag. Splendid, daddy.
Yep. What about if you're with a man and he drives a nice vehicle and you drive a regular vehicle? If y'all are a couple, should he upgrade you?
Like if he's driving a Mercedes, like a high-end Mercedes or something like this,
Yeah.
and then you're driving around I don't know, what's a Corolla?
Yeah.
I don't know, something like that.
Upgrade you.
Again, that makes the man look bad. And a rich man's friends would make fun of them. And also, and here's the thing, it's not just about the look and when it comes to the vehicles, it's also about protection. Rich men go, how do I protect my assets? And the way that you would do it is to I want my wife driving a fucking armored car, like a Mercedes, like a G-Wagon or something that I know is going to tear through the other car like butter, and they're going to be safe. And that's what I want. So I would want to put my woman in like a nice tank, nice enough that she's going to want to drive around, but also safe enough where that she's going to plow the other person over. Bless her heart. But even still, that just makes me look bad if she's driving around in a Ada beater and unsafe vehicle. Straight up. So it's practicality, but oftentimes the luxury cars are built different and it's safer. It's
That's
just
true. I never thought of it that way. That's sweet. So you want to upgrade her so she's safe and nobody, can touch her. Like, okay.
If it were up to me, Shera, if a woman that I adore, I'd want to put her in a tank. But I know she's not going to want to drive a tank, so we got to give her something nice and big and heavy that she's going to like. Maybe a G-Wagon, make it pink. That thing will plow right through the traffic.
Yep. So yeah, we should upgrade the lady if the man is driving luxury. What? Okay.
Wow. It makes you look bad as a man for the same reason. If you're walking around, well adorned, nice watch, nice jewelry, whatever, and then your woman has nothing, walking around in old flip flops.
Other men will approach her and try to give her more.
And do you want that? Like, do you want that for yourself as a man? Like, could you imagine a man that would just like not give a shit? Like, you get what I'm saying about how you look or carry yourself? Your woman is a reflection of you as a man. Like, it makes you look bad if she looks bad. And also makes you look good if she looks good. What do you mean? The men judge each other but based on the woman that they keep. And like, that's pretty insane for a guy to not care at all. And if he doesn't care about how you look, you ain't it, sis. I promise. You're not the one, you're not the two or the three. And you're likely the other woman. You're the side girl.
So what about when it's time to get married? Like, what if the man is like, oh, I'm not ready yet. Oh, I'm not ready yet. But he's paying all the bills and the woman doesn't want to let go of that relationship. What about if she's ready, but he ain't ready? Like,
I think you're on borrowed time, sis.
Yeah. What should the woman do in that case? Should she open her options back up? Or
I think she should squirrel away money and hedge her bets for sure. Unless you got a ring on it with a date, and even then, that don't mean anything. A ring is just a shut up ring until y'all married. I don't care what anybody says. And so, if you're not married and he's not ready to be married and he's paying your bills, I think one day you're going to get the rug pulled out from up under you and you're going to be left high and dry with nothing. Y'all need to make an ultimatum. You need to draw a line on the calendar and say this is the date or else. And then hedge your bets because you ain't getting any younger. And that man, most men will perfectly willing to waste your time and theirs, but they got a lot of time. So they can be 55 years old and having a child. And that's not possible for women. So like they perfectly are willing to waste your time. And I promise you, just because they're paying for you and you're living with them and they're providing for you right now and you're unmarried, you're on borrowed time. It's only a matter of time before you are on your ass. Y'all are one argument away from how the toilet paper is turned for you on your ass. Great. Now what?
Yeah. I've known women that waited and waited and waited for somebody to propose that they were with for a long time, and they never did. And they ended up being too old to, to start a family and to do whatever. And so they end up just getting one of them little strollers and putting the dog in it.
Ta-da! You played yourself. Yep. So just hedge your bets, ladies. Y'all need to discuss. You need to discuss these exact problems with your other boyfriend and let them figure it out together.
Mm-hmm. Your other boyfriend.
Because one of those men are going to step up. So talk to them about it and see who's ready. Because if not, then there'll be a third boyfriend, and then a fourth, until one of those men decide that this is what they want.
Yep.
Go figure it out. You tell him. Say, can you believe what he did to me? Can you believe that he doesn't want to marry me? Tell him. He's going to go, oh my God, what an idiot. I'll marry you. That's how it goes. That's how those conversations goes. I'm paraphrasing, but it's something like that. All right?
You don't think the other man will be insulted that you're talking about your problems with your other man?
He's not married to you either. What right does he have to claim over a woman he's not married to? What do you mean? So one guy doesn't want to marry you and the other guy doesn't want to marry you. You're single. Y'all fight it out. Until he claims you on your taxes, what are they arguing with you about? What do you mean?
I'm going to put it in the past. I ain't going to say it's in the present. I'm finna lie.
Well, y'all don't do what you got to do, but at the same time, no, they need to know that you're single until you're not.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise, what pressure do they have?
They don't have any pressure. And you know what? I always say, don't try to marry a man in his 20s or early 30s because they're not ready, definitely. And they're just they're gonna act more single, if you force them.
Have you ever met a man in their 20s? How useless is that? Have no idea what they even want, let alone what they're going to do with another whole ass human being with their own hopes, dreams, and goals. And so there's no way. They're not going to be able to teach you or help you with anything. They're just going to keep you for a time, a rental, until they figure out what they want. And that oftentimes they're going to be figuring that out between the legs of many other women. That's what that means. They're going to rent you for a time.
I had someone DM me on their honeymoon and pictures of their wedding still up on social media. Talking about what you doing. I want to see you. I'm like,
they always do that.
Just get married.
Yeah, they always do that. They always think they're going to get you back too. You can be with
them. They must have been drunk because this is somebody I knew from junior high school in high school, and they're like, I don't know, maybe I'm the one that got away. I don't know. But on their wedding, it reminded me of Justin Bieber or somebody.
That's how it is, though. I think they stake their claim, and then that's it. They just forget.
Okay. What is this? Anyway. Have you ever been close to get to tying the notch?
Yeah, a couple times.
Somebody try to get you?
Yeah, a couple times. Didn't quite work out. Close, though. Not quite yet.
Didn't make it down the altar. Okay.
Not quite yet. They're saying Shera looks good. They like your makeup, like your hair.
Thank you.
Hello, guys.
I got drunk at my wedding, real, real drunk.
Or after the wedding. We got to get through it somehow. I'm just kidding. That's probably a good day. Hello, guys.
Anyway, you know what? Sometimes you just got to have some drinks. You might have made it down the aisle if you was drunk.
At least you made it. You're not as long as you're not stumbling down the aisle.
So what's it? Well, my husband was probably drunk too. He's like, what are we doing? well, you know. But
Somebody said he went to the Home Depot on Saturday. I was telling people to go to the Home Depot and look confused.
that's what I was doing. I was at the Home Depot looking confused, but for real, I don't know what I was looking for.
You meet any men at the Home Depot?
No, I wasn't looking for men, but you know.
Some people say they'll go to Home Depot and find nothing but married men.
Yeah, because they're trying to fix up their house for their wife.
Maybe they're trying to fix it up, you
You
know.
gotta go to Office Depot.
Oh, Office Depot, right. Yeah, but the assistants go to Office Depot for the boss.
Well, you gotta go to the old men go to Office Depot because they don't hire assistants. The old man just go.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Old men be in Office Depot, or like guys that are starting a business or have their own business. Assistants do go to Office Depot, but there's also like if you go to the computer section or the big appliance section, you might
He was
find.
in Whole Foods Market.
Hmm.
Guys, I haven't been to the grocery store in more than 10 years. Straight. I haven't even walked inside of one before I left. It's been so long since I've been in a grocery store. Oh, wait. I did go in a grocery store once. Not last year, but the year before. Last year, I went to Coachella. I stayed at Coachella. And on the way to the place I was staying at the festival, I went into a grocery store to get like water. But that's it. Like grocery store for myself, I haven't gone in ages. And I think that's how like really rich guys are. They won't go to the grocery store either. Their assistants go or something like this.
Yeah, you got to go to the wine section, or you got to go to like
Wine. Yeah, you're right. Wine's right.
you got to go to wine section because like you might not go to the grocery store a lot, but if you need some alcohol and everything is closed, you going.
Yeah, wine's a good one because men, yeah, they'll definitely go get wine for sure. Yeah, or they'll bring it. They'll get wine brought to them or something like that. But yeah, you go to the wine. Like we have a restaurant here in Beverly Hills called Wally's, and it's like a big wine, it's just huge wine selection, and it's a restaurant too. But you go there for the wine, so yeah, sure, wine's a good one.
What about getting your car serviced?
No, somebody comes to your house for that.
What about if you're just an old person though, and you're not used to that? Because in Texas, old people do their own stuff, you know.
Yeah, but you're talking really old now, Shera.
Yeah, I am.
All right.
I need you to
Nowadays, I see, I get it. Would you do that? Say that again? Really old? Yeah, they're all like that. So nowadays, you just your phone. You just do it off your phone. Somebody comes and get it, whatever. But if they're old like this, they're getting around like this. Yeah, sure. But do you really want guys to date guys that age? I think there's some people that are down to do that, but I don't know like a lot of women in their 20s, early 30s that are down to date guys in their 70s.
No, they're not, unless they need a new car and a new house and some land.
I always joke about that though. Like that just seems like dating a 70-year-old man will just be a lot less work, man.
I mean, I knew a lady that was dating this old guy, and he bought her a condo, some land, and like a giant Mercedes utility bus for her business. They weren't even married, but you know, he was old, and she just told him.
But that's what about these? So we got a lot of people in here watching us right now. They're sleepy girls. They just want to go to bed and maybe dating an old man's right up your alley.
Yeah, I mean, like when I was, like, if you're young and you still want to roll around on the mattress, you date. I always say if you're gonna date an old one, date a young one at the same time, but make sure the young one got money too. So if you roll around on the mattress and get pregnant, at least you got, at least your child ain't gonna grow up broke.
And I don't think that the older one would care that much. If they're 70 plus, and you're like 40, 30, 20, any age below 40, I don't even think the 70-ish-year-old would care that much. I'm not sure they'd pay that much attention, to be honest. If you're doing Bible study on Wednesdays with the pool boy, I don't even think they would notice.
No.
Or care.
Their medication will have them knocked out.
They'll be asleep at 4:30. So maybe that's the move, and then maybe also they'll leave you something.
Mm-hmm.
About that? You might get a plot of land yourself.
Are you gonna be one of them old men?
Oh, no.
You get old, you're gonna be having some young women, and you're gonna be falling asleep.
No. I think the less I know, the better. Even now, I don't ask questions. Even now, maybe I don't want to know. I feel that way today. When I'm 70, I think I'll want to know even less.
Okay. You don't think you're gonna be married and going to IHOP for breakfast with your old lady wife?
I love IHOP. I love IHOP even now. I will Uber eat some IHOP. So yes, absolutely. I want to be some old head in the IHOP for sure. Putting salt in my coffee and whatever. That's for sure what I want to do. But I'm just saying, I don't even want to know now. When I'm 70, I'm going to want to know less. As long as you're coming around when I call or whatever, then what do I care? You know what I mean?
That's true. You already seen life. You good.
I've seen it all, Hello, guys.
So you wouldn't mind? You think you're gonna have like you wouldn't be the crazy like old man that's like stalking people in a robe?
I think I'm just gonna forget. I don't want to like wish this on myself. I don't think I'm gonna be senile necessarily. But maybe I'm just not gonna remember where you're at all the time. You know what I mean?
You're not gonna know how to work the new technology to track people. So that's
I might, but I think I just would be like forget to even remember to check. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're like,
and I think I'll be happier that way.
You won't know what they
be up somebody. Why I gotta be up somebody's life all the time? Just checking them out all the time. If y'all come around.
But while you're young, what if a woman was dating you and had an old man?
Okay, so right now, for instance, I don't ask questions that I don't want to know the answers to. Straight up, right? I really don't. But I wouldn't say that I would accept that necessarily. I maybe wouldn't call anymore or something like that if I knew or found out or something, felt disrespect in some way. I just don't think I would ask. That's just where it would go. The way I see it, you have a life, I have a life. I'm fucking busy. Guys that make money in their life are busy. Busy as fuck. Like literally, I make time for this. And so outside of this, it's just go all the time busy. So I'm not checking up. And so with any woman I see, they could likely get away with that sort of thing. Probably. Yeah. I just don't think they would want to.
Some guys don't want to hear it. They were like, I don't care. What were we saying?
Yeah, I'm not saying I would be like that if you're just trying to volunteer some shit to me. But I would be like, I would just not ask because I think that the way my life is set up, it's just I'm busy. So I'm sure that a woman could get away with it. But I just don't think that they would actually want to. I think that they would they would like that I'm busy and respect that. You know what I mean? Because I also will give you money. Hey girl, get your nails done. Blah, blah, blah. That's the kind of thing that I do. So like, I just don't think that a woman.
They wouldn't need an old man.
Right? Yeah, they wouldn't need an old man. Exactly. If it's for money, they wouldn't need an old man for money for sure.
Okay. That makes sense. Because women are always asking me, is it okay to date a man if he's young and rich? Well, is he going to be a placeholder? Am I going to be a placeholder? Is he going to want to marry me? So what do you say?
The answer is you might be. You might be a placeholder, especially guys that have options. You might be a placeholder, but the reality is like, who's stopping you from dating around? You know, you choose like for yourself, date around, have another boyfriend or two. Until you're married, you're not married. So what's stopping you?
You're single until you're married.
That's right. And if you're holding out and being monogamous to a man that's not ever gonna tie the knot with you, that's you. Whose fault is that? Is it his fault? Are you a prisoner? Did he trick you? So that's what I'm saying. That's the way I see it. I think that just keep your options open, man. Keep your options open, ladies, until you're married, and that's it. And own it. You can't be like defending yourself or pretending. Just own that shit.
True. But like, there's a lot of women that fear losing something that they don't even have yet. Like the chance that the person might want to be with them or marry them. But
if they wanted to marry them, they would propose.
Exactly.
Did they propose? Oh, okay. They didn't? Okay, got it. Ta-da. Problem solved, ladies. Now, mystery solved, actually. That's all you need to know. Did they propose yet? Oh, they didn't. Oh, mystery solved. Does he like me or not? Did he propose yet? No? Mystery solved.
Okay, well, let me ask you one more question. What makes a man want to propose to the woman that he's with?
Oh, my God.
Just something easy. Don't have to go into detail.
It's just that when men will propose to the woman right in front of them when they're ready. And they go, man, I want to have kids. I want to be married. They'll propose to the waitress. You'll date a man for 6 years, and he'll break up with you, and 6 months later be married to the waitress that served you chicken parm, and a feta salad that 6 months before at the restaurant y'all went to that he broke up with you at.
Mm-hmm.
That's what happens. That's how men work.
So men don't hold marriage sacred like women do.
You would be like, wait a second, didn't she serve my chicken parmesan? That hoe. You'll think that for real. That's how it works.
I know.
He'll marry the barista that was nice to him for a minute once. And you sat there toiling away, licking his wounds and doing the laundry from some man for 6 years. And then he goes and marries the barista he met once.
Dang. I know.
Dang.
That's why I say have more than one.
That's why I say you're single until you're married.
For real.
Y'all better listen. I hope y'all listen.
So, do you think men take marriage less serious than women do?
No. I think men take marriage seriously. That's why nobody's getting married at all anymore. It's too serious.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not talking about the financial part of it, but just like the commitment part of it and the fidelity part of it. I don't think men take it as seriously as women do in that department.
Well, they're talking fidelity for sure. Maybe that's true, but like I think men take marriage seriously. I don't know about the whole fidelity part. I think men kind of still want to feel as if they still got it. God, It's not even worth it most of the time. Let me tell you. But they always want to feel like they have the option.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is. I think it's more about that than some crazy other experience that they're going to get with some other woman. I don't really think it's like that. I just think it's like for men, they're like facing their own mortality, and they have some fleeting desires that causes them to build resentment towards their wife for imprisoning them into some monogamous whatever the fuck that they didn't even really want. And then now they just harbor all that shit and they carry it with them like some chip on their motherfucking shoulder. And then they lord that over your head every chance you get. Great. Yeah. I say you should be like, go try it. See if it unlocks all your latent potential and you start paying some bills around here. If that's what you really want.
That's true.
So just see what happens. Because oftentimes those guys will go out on some business trip or whatever and then sleep with the waitress and realize it wasn't even that worth it. And then they come home and love their wife and nothing matters. You see, like it's just men they want to feel like they still could get it if they wanted to. That's really what it boils down to.
Right. But what if they're rich and they know they can get it? Why do they need to go feel like they can still get it?
I think they all feel like they could get it. There's nothing more confident than a man that has a boyfriend there's nothing more confident than a man that has a girlfriend or a wife at home. Because they got a boyfriend. Oh God, I kept saying boyfriend. Because they got a girlfriend or a wife at home, they all feel like they could get it.
That's true. They feel like they got options and someone at home in case the options don't work out.
Yeah, right. So how confident?
Exactly.
Crazy stuff.
You know, I feel like a lot of people don't realize that and they rush into marriage and they don't think about this. So I'm glad you said that because now it's making a lot of people think twice about getting married so soon.
Okay. So what's the verdict then?
The verdict is marry for money.
That's right. So we've given you the signs that he's a splendid daddy. Okay. And then what else? We talked about older, maybe a lot older. We said that a man isn't ugly, he's just not rich.
Right.
What else we say? What else we cover? God, we covered a lot of ground today, actually.
Yeah. But I think men like women who like money because it keeps them liking money, and they'll always be rich if the woman likes money and the man can get money. It keeps them motivated.
Yeah, I think that's true too. People say it's not about the money, but men really judge, and they judge each other's merit based on how much money they make. So it matters a lot to them. And guys that are completely like don't give a shit at all about anybody around them in society or what they see and what's around them, I think there's something wrong with that. Hang on, it's asking me a strange question.
Or you want to answer some questions?
No, it asked me a strange question on TikTok. But yes,
Okay.
I got a couple of minutes. I got to go to my other show. Let's see here.
You got to go do your show. Okay.
That's right. I got a show today.
You got to keep them million followers happy.
I know. And then I got YouTube. Okay. All right. Let's see here. What do you got? What questions we got here?
Y'all
When
have
should
questions?
you move in with a man? When he proposes? I'm just kidding. Y'all should definitely test the waters before you get married to a man, for sure. You don't know what you're signing up for till you're living with him a little bit. That's what I think. What do you think?
Yeah. Someone says, what if he loses his wealth? I hate that question.
What if he what?
Loses his wealth. I don't like that question.
He might. He could. That happens. That could happen.
Okay, but if you know how to make money, you'll always know how to get it back.
That's true. Exactly. If they have a lifetime of making money, then they could lose their wealth, but they've developed the skill set, the characteristics around making money. They'll be able to get something going up, relatively soon. But some guys might just feel defeated and give up, and they just don't go on to make more. That could happen.
I don't know. I don't know that type of people.
I think it's up to the woman to keep them on task.
Yep. You got to call them all sorts of names and.
Well, it's got to be clear to him that you have an expectation for your man, that this is what you expect for your lifestyle and the man you're with.
Yep.
I think women can be very good at making that clear.
That's true.
All right.
You know what? Thank you so much. I'm gonna let you go to your show because I know your audience is waiting for you.
Thanks for having me, Shera.
Thanks for being here.
Good seeing you again.
You too.
We're gonna do this again soon.
Okay, we will.
Thanks everybody else for joining us.
Thank y'all.
Bye guys. I'm gonna see y'all over my other show right now if you're coming over here.
He's
on
gonna
TikTok.
go live on his channel, so y'all go check him out.
Okay. Thanks everybody for joining us. Shera, it's always a pleasure as always. We'll see you again soon. Okay.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Sprinkle, sprinkle. All right, y'all. I guess